Hello YouTube, Mobile Technology Reviews here, and I've come to ask for your advice once again. So I have an iPod Touch 4th generation, and I need to upgrade to something different, and so I decided on going with an Android smartphone, and I would not have a data plan. I would just use it over Wi-Fi, just like an iPod Touch, and then in the future I would end up using it on Straight Talk. So anyway, I've narrowed it down to 3 phones: the Motorola Atrix 4G, the Huawei Ascend P1, and the BLU Life Play. I originally thought that I was going to get the HTC Inspire 4G, but I've ruled that one out. Anyways, I'll start out with the Motorola Atrix 4G. It's an AT&T phone. It goes off of the 850 and 1900 3G bands. I'm not sure if those work on Straight Talk. Please let me know in the comments. It takes a regular size SIM card. Released in 2011. Regular LCD, capacitive touchscreen. Resolution of 540 by 960. It's 275 ppi on that 4-inch screen. Has Gorilla Glass, of course. Has a fingerprint scanner. And it also has Moto Blur, which I'm not a big fan of. Micro SD card slot expansion up to 32 gigabytes. And 16 gigabytes of internal storage. As well as 1 gigabyte of RAM. You have a 5 megapixel camera, LED flash, 720p, software update, 1080p video recording, and then a VGA resolution secondary camera. A downside to it is you only get Android 2.3 Gingerbread, so it's not very up to date. You get an NVIDIA Tegra 2 dual-core 1 GHz processor, which is a decent processor. You get a big battery here, 1930 milliamp hours. It's $160 unlocked on Amazon, and it gets 3.8 out of 5 stars. That's out of 270 customer reviews. My next option is the Huawei Ascend P1. And I know before you say anything, this is a Chinese brand, Huawei, but that doesn't really matter to me. An upside to this phone is that it will work on Straight Talk. I'm positive that it will work because it has the 1700 bands, and that'll work with Straight Talk's T-Mobile unlimited SIM card that they offer on their website. This is a newer phone. It was released in 2012. This has an AMOLED, Super AMOLED capacitive touchscreen. It is the Pentile Matrix, which is a slight downside, but that's not a huge deal. It's not a deal breaker. Has the same resolution as the Motorola, just a slightly larger screen, 4.3 inches versus 4 inches, and slightly less pixels per inch. Again, it has Gorilla Glass, and this phone is actually running basically a stock version of Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich. Huawei has thrown in some of their custom launchers that you can turn off and on. As I said, Gorilla Glass. You also have Dolby Mobile 3.0 sound enhancement. 1 gigabyte of RAM, same as the Motorola. You get a lot less internal though, 4 gigabytes. You can expand it again up to 32 gigs. 8 megapixel camera, so slightly better than the Motorola's. Get more features with it as well. 1080p video recording. And the secondary camera is 1.3 megapixels, which is improvement over the Motorola's. And you get Ice Cream Sandwich, like I said, basically stock experience there. It says planned upgrade to 4.2, but I don't know if that actually happened. This has a slightly better processor than the Motorola. This has a Texas Instruments OMAP dual-core 1.5 gigahertz processor, which is a pretty snappy processor. You have a non-removable lithium-ion 1670 milliamp hour, so non-removable is kind of a downside, but not too bad. A pretty nice looking phone. I think it's slightly nicer looking than the Motorola. That's just my personal opinion. It is a little bit more expensive on Amazon, $223. Unlocked, and it has a US warranty, which is something that the Atrix did not have on Amazon. And it gets 4.6 out of 5 stars, and that's out of 22 customer reviews. Not as many reviews, but still gets a little bit better rating there. Pretty nice looking phone here. And my final option is the BLU Life Play. This manufacturer is not well known. They're out of Miami. This is an AT&T. Well, not necessarily AT&T. It's comes unlocked. This does not have the 1700 bands for 3G, so I once again don't know if it'll work on Straight Talk with their T-Mobile SIM card. This is a dual SIM, so that's positive. This is a really new phone. This was released just earlier this year. It has an LED IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen here with an HD resolution, 720p. It's slightly bigger, which is a downside to me because I don't like the big phones. I think 4.3 is probably my maximum screen size that I want. But anyway, 4.7 inches is there. Pretty high pixels per inch. Once again, 4 gigabytes of internal memory, same as the Huawei. Same as the, and then RAM is the same as the Huawei and the Motorola. And of course it has micro SD card expansion up to 32 gigabytes. 8 megapixel camera, again 1080p, about the same front-facing camera as the Huawei, a little bit better. This does have a newer version of Android version 4.2 Jelly Bean. It does have a cheaper Chinese-made chipset, which is a MediaTek quad-core 1.2 gigahertz processor, but this is only the Cortex A7 versus the Cortex A9, which is in the Motorola and the Ascend. It has a removable 1800 milliamp hour battery, so decent size. Seems a little bit underpowered for such a large screen. This is a really nice looking phone as well. And on Amazon, it's about the same price as the Huawei, a little bit more expensive here. But this is sold by BLU. And it comes in 3 different colors: blue, white, and pink. The Huawei comes in black, white, and pink as well. This gets 4 out of 5 stars. Not as good as the Huawei. That's only out of 12 customer reviews. Like I said, pretty nice looking phone. You're not going to get the same build quality that you get with the other phones that I talked about, but you know, still pretty nice. Quite personally, right now I'm leaning towards the Huawei, just because it's spec-wise, it's in between the Atrix and the BLU Life Play, and I am positive that it will work on Straight Talk with our T-Mobile SIM card. Another quick question for you guys. With Android phones, does the Google Play Store still work if you don't have a SIM card inserted? Because as I said, I would be using this as an iPod Touch just over Wi-Fi without a data connection. And I'm wondering if it still works, so tell me in the comments, please. So anyway, that was my kind of comparison there between the Atrix 4G, Huawei Ascend P1, and the BLU Life Play. So which one should I get? Leave your answer in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all have a good day. And see ya.